Now at 4, voters' rights in Indiana. We're taking a look at a proposal aimed at protecting the polls, but some people believe it could end up hurting us there. We'll explain.
And there's not a lot on radar, but there are some showers popping up to the north, and it continues our pattern of off and on rain chances.
All right, Rob, and Signalgate, the latest on the texting scandal surrounding U.S. military plans, plus local lawmakers weigh in. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Well, good afternoon. I'm Felicia Lawrence.
And I'm Dustin Grove. Great to have you with us here for 13 News at 4. We're going to have those stories coming up. Also, ahead this hour, growing concerns over deep fakes. Celebrities and cyber experts are responding to the scam that is raking in literally billions of dollars every single year. And some of the victims, the names you're going to recognize. That story coming up.
We've got that, but we begin here in Indiana, which has one of the worst voter turnout rates in the country.
And some say they're worried about a bill making its way through the State House right now that would make the issue, they say, even worse. 13 News State House reporter Emily Longnecker is here to explain what this is all about. Emily?
Right now, college students in Indiana can use their college ID as proof of identification when they go to vote. Senate Bill 10 would change that. The bill already passed in the Senate despite quite a bit of testimony from college students who came to the State House earlier in the session and testified against SB 10. Today, lawmakers on the House Election and Apportionment Committee offered some amendments to the bill, 2 that would have removed the section eliminating college IDs as an acceptable proof of identification when voting. Both of those amendments failed.
So that means an out-of-state student who is legally registered to vote in Indiana will have to go off campus to a BMV branch and get a state-issued ID. Again, I presented testimony. 40% of 18 to 24-year-olds do not have a driver's license. So a lot of these kids getting to the BMV would be a challenge. There's also a cost involved with getting ID. So if a student has $10 left for the month and they have a choice of doing their laundry or getting an ID to vote, most of them are probably going to choose to do their laundry.
And when Senate Bill 10 was first presented earlier in session, the bill's author, Republican State Senator Blake Dorio, said that student IDs don't have the same kind of scrutiny and rigor that driver's licenses do. And he basically said this was to make sure that people who don't have the proper IDs are not voting. Senate Bill 10 passed out of this House committee today by a vote of 9-4 along party lines. At the Indiana State House, Emily Longnecker, 13 News.
All right, I know Emily will keep an eye on it. Thanks to Emily. Also, an executive order President Trump recently signed. It requires additional proof of citizenship for people voting in federal elections. Under that order, here are the options. Other than valid state or federal ID, a passport would be required, military ID or birth certificate, or a certificate of naturalization.
And the man who was shot by Carmel police after ramming into their squad car took a plea deal today and was sentenced to a 1.5 years in jail plus 2 years in community corrections. Last August, Carmel police responded to an apartment complex where Castillo was harassing his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend. So they called police when Castillo would not stop banging on their front door. Officers caught up to him in the apartment parking garage. That is where he rammed his car into a police car, and then police opened fire, hitting Castillo. And now to the latest in the scandal surrounding U.S. attack plans that were accidentally sent to a reporter.
The editor-in-chief of The Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg, was included in a chat group with senior national security officials through an online platform called Signal. And today, Goldberg released the contents of the entire chat. It shows Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth provided the exact times of warplane launches and when bombs would drop before the attack in Yemen this month against the Houthis. That follows 2 intense days of testimony during which Trump's senior-most cabinet members of his intelligence and defense agencies, they've been trying to explain how these details wound up on an unclassified chat. Now, senior officials and the White House insist this was not classified information. And this afternoon, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth tried to refocus this whole issue back on the Houthis in Yemen.
There's no units, no locations, no routes, no flight paths, no sources, no methods. no classified information. You know who sees war plans? I see them every single day. I looked at them this morning. I looked at attack plans this morning. You know who does attack plans and war plans? Men like that admiral right there, Paparo, for the Indo-Pacific, or Eric Kurilla, our general in CENTCOM. They do attack plans and war plans. And thank God we have those leaders who do it and do it well, and our enemies know it.
Now, this afternoon, I talked with Congressman Andre Carson of Indiana about all of this. He sits on the House Intelligence Committee, says he wants an investigation into how this happened, and he called that leak an epic failure.
It really concerns me that these national security professionals would choose to use Signal for this very reason. And also brings into question, are our leaders prepared to handle the global security threats that we're facing? I think that going forward, there have to be consequences for this very egregious mishandling of military operations.
Our other local members of Congress are also weighing in. A spokesperson for Senator Todd Young told me, quote, the senator is aware of the situation and intends to seek more clarity about what has been reported. He believes President Trump will continue to receive sound counsel from his national security team. Also this afternoon, Senator Jim Banks sent a statement through his office saying much the same thing as Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. No classified information was shared. The strike was executed with precision, successfully killing terrorists, and now America is safer. So we'll continue to follow that story. Still more questions, and we'll have the latest actually coming up on 13 News at 5.
Yes, let's get to Rob now. He has some breaking traffic news.
Yeah, I want to update you on a situation. This is southwest of Indianapolis. This is going to be on Interstate 70 westbound. So heading out of the city, this is going to be west of Plainfield. If they're able to go to traffic computer, again, I'm going to throw you for a little bit of a loop here. Just want to show you the area that we're talking about. You see on your screen that there's an area of bright red that's showing up because traffic has been stopped. And the reason why is there was a vehicle that was refusing, or a person in a vehicle that was refusing to get out. There was a large police presence. This is near State Road 39. This is just to the west of Plainfield. This is going to be north of Monrovia, for example. So this is the area that they have the interstate shut down. I am told that just literally within seconds ago, we got information that that person is now in custody. So I have a feeling we'll likely see some improvement here in the interstate. Elsewhere, we're seeing the traffic continue to pick up in the volume of the day. Now let's talk weather, and let me show you what it looks like outside. We just have some clouds that have really thickened as we've gotten through the afternoon, but we also have some rain showers to talk about, mainly to our north. Most of the reporting sites, at least the official reporting sites, are not showing rain, and temperatures have made it up into the mid-50s, although Richmond's still holding on to 46 there. Notice what's showing up on satellite imagery, really seeing those popcorn clouds that are popping up, and along with that, a few scattered showers. Most of those are just to the north of Indianapolis. We're going to keep an eye on those. Shouldn't cause too many problems, but if you see a quick little shower move through, don't be surprised, especially from, say, Lafayette to Kokomo, Logansport, Peru, down to, say, Anderson and Muncie. These are going to continue probably for the next hour or two, not in the same location, but we'll see them on radar for the next hour or two before we likely see things begin to dry out as we head through the evening. And overnight, not expecting as much of a rain chance, but we do pick that back up for tomorrow. So for tonight, back down into the mid-30s. That's how you'll start your Thursday, and then looking through the afternoon, we'll get back up into those mid to maybe even upper 50s for some of you. There's a better chance during the afternoon tomorrow. I think the early part of the day you may get by without seeing any rain chances, but this is part of that off and on rain chance that we've been talking about. And if these temperatures are too cold for you, wait until you see Friday's numbers. I think you're really going to like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if you're looking for a warm up.
All right, Rob, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And today the community will talk and brainstorm about the future of interstates in downtown Indy. The Rethink Coalition is wanting to improve connectivity, pedestrian access, and traffic efficiency for folks coming downtown. Today's meeting begins at 6, runs to 7:30, and it will be at Switchboard 801 on Shelby Street. And Indianapolis travelers will soon have a low-cost flight option to New York's LaGuardia Airport. Spirit Airlines announced new nonstop service starting September 5th. The flight will operate 4 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Those flights are available for booking right now on spirit.com.
Love more flight options. That's great. Love this too. Indianapolis Motor Speedway continues to get ready for this year's Indy 500. Now just 60 days away, and for the second year in a row, Joseph Newgarden is unveiling the banner for this year's race. You can see it right now. It's above Gate 2. Newgarden is hoping to become the first driver to ever win 3 years in a row at IMS. Next week, we'll get our first look at the vehicles being used for this year's 500 Festival. They're going to be unveiled at a community launch coming up on Monday. It's going to be along the front stretch of IMS. The 109th running of the Indianapolis 500 will be Sunday, May 25th.
Well, deepfakes are turning into a costly scam, so we talked to a security expert who shows exactly why online users lost nearly $3 billion just last year.
Just in 1 year. And the major Supreme Court ruling today involving ghost guns.
And we are looking at those temperatures to move back into the 50s for tomorrow, but I've got 70s on the way, and the shower chances will continue. When was the best chance? I'll let you know coming up.
We want to do everything to make our hair beautiful. By using relaxers, there was a way for my hair to be beautiful.
Not only are these products heavily marketed to Black women, women don't always know what's in these products.
I'm happy that we are talking about products and holding all parties accountable.
So I think women have a right to know what they're exposed to and whether there's potential toxicity.
Our damage control special is available on demand on WTHR Plus. Download it on your TV and watch for free.